Hey everyone, and welcome to my entire Unread TBR count up. We're at the beginning of the year right now, and I've seen a lot of people do videos recently where they're going through their entire Unread TBR, and I thought I'd join in because I thought it'd be a really fun idea to have a look at how many unread books I still own and what I still need to read and how far I get that number down by the end of the year. How this is going to work is that I'm going to be going through each shelf individually and counting up the unread books on each shelf, writing that number down in my bullet journal, and then doing a big count up right at the end. So let's just get right into the top with this shelf up here and work our way through all of my shelves. On this top shelf here we just have two unread books. We have Hall of Smoke and then also Daughters of Darkness over here. On this next shelf there's only three unread books. There is The Balloon Thief, there is also Kiki Kalara Breaks a Kingdom, and then The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, and then the rest have all been read. On this next shelf down, I've read the vast majority of these, apart from The Lives of Saints, and then also The Familiar, and Hellbent, and The Princess Bride, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4. The only unread book on this shelf is Empty Heaven. Then if we look at this bottom shelf here, I have not read the Sherlock Chronicles. The Amazing Book is Not on Fire. I have then not read as well... I've read all of those comics actually, thinking about it. I have not read Sisters of Sorcery, Look Out for the Little Guy, or Agatha Harkness's Grimoire, but I have read everything else. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this shelf. I also just bought these, so this is 3 more unread books here. These 4 are all on my February TBR, but at time of filming I have not started them, so they are all unread as well. These 3 were also unread from January. The V.E. Schwab shelf has been read entirely, along with everything on my Derek Landy shelves. But then if we look at these shelves here, this is where the unread books really start piling up. So we've got this one up here, which I can never say, but it's Wooing the Witch Queen. That is the first time I've said that in this take. I've also got a Nightrender, the Infinity Courts, Sherwood, and then also the Hurricane Wars down there, all of which are unread. On this side, I've also got Wonderland, Valiant Ladies. Then if we move Rhodey and Tony, there is also The Forest Grim and The Sun and the Void, which are also unread. And then if we move Clint, I have read all of these ones here. So that is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 unread. Then if we look at the comic book shelves, there's a fair amount of these I also still haven't read yet, so let's have a count. I have not read Year by Year, a visual guide. I have looked through it but have not fully read it yet. I've just kind of skimmed it. I also haven't read The Rise of the Superheroes yet. I have not, actually no, I have now read Captain America Reborn. I've read the Book of Vishanti. I have not read the Marvel book. I have not read The Ghost Army. I have not also read The Secret Origin of Tony Stark, Secret War, Blade versus the Avengers, Fury versus Shield. I've read all of the Black Panther and the Captain Marvel. Dark Reign Except Change I haven't read. Extremis I haven't read. Director of Shield I haven't read. The Black Widows and the Captain Americas I've read. The Doctor Strange I've read. Thor I've read. Original Sin I've read most of, but I'm going to count that as read because I've read the main part of it. I just haven't read the tie-ins. Loki I have read. Spider-Man I've read. Have I read that one? I have not read Ultimate Comics Spider-Man yet. I have not read Spider-Man Greatest Villains. It's on the list though. And I have read Young Avengers over here. Then over here, I've read the Shang-Chi ones. I have not read Universe X, Ultimate Fantastic Four, Ghost Rider, Ultimate Marvel Team Up. I've read all the Guardians of the Galaxy. I've read the Gamora stuff. I've read Zombies. I've read Marvel Fairy Tales. I have not read this Doctor Strange one here that you can't see. I have not read Punisher yet. These are some very old issues that I'm very scared to touch, so I have not read those ones yet. I've read all of the Gwenpool and Deadpool ones. X-23 Lost, Innocence Lost I have not read. I've read all the other Wolverine ones. I have not read these Wolverines ones either. What else haven't I read? I haven't read Uncanny X-Men Acts of Vengeance, which you couldn't see, but this one here. Onslaught I haven't read. Day of the Atom I haven't read. Origins I haven't read. Marvel's X I haven't read. Hellfire and Brimstone I haven't read. Inhumans vs X-Men I haven't read. Serpent Crown I haven't read. And then I haven't read the Ultimate Guide to the X-Men either. I have just skimmed it. So in total, this is where the shame happened. So that is 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, going along, 9, 10, 11, read all of those, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, that is 22, yeah, that's 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Yeah, that's not good. I call myself a comic book fan and I haven't read 36 in my collection, but in fairness to me, I usually save them for when these films are coming out and they are adapting the characters specifically, so that's the excuse I'm going for anyway. Or I've just run out of time in the case of Wolverine, because I was going to read those when Deadpool and Wolverine came out. But I'm just making excuses. I'm just going to write down the number 36. I'm just going to shut up and write down the number. This shelf is a little bit nicer. I have not read Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. I have not read Ashes of the Sun. And I have not read The City of Dreams yet. No, Cage of Dreams, sorry. So that's just 3 on this shelf. Then on this shelf here, it is just The Voyage of the Lost and Found, Evermore, and then The Mask of Arabella. And then down here, it is just Nightbirds, of Beast of Beauty, and then The Beast's Heart. I've read all of the others on this shelf. Up here, we have my Sherlock collection. I have not read 2 of the original Arthur Conan Doyle's. I've also got the complete collection of the first series turned into manga, and then also Scandal in Belgravia at the back here. I have read 2 in this one, and then haven't read that one, so that's another 4 I have not read. There is admittedly not much up here, but there is Tarnished City I haven't read, The Martian I haven't read, focus back in again, thank you, The First 15 Lives of Harry August I haven't read, and I have not read these 2 Adrian Tchaikovsky either, so that is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As for my McFly shelf, I have read absolutely everything they have ever written and released. I literally just read them the day they arrive through my door, so I have read all of these, and I've actually read McFly Unsaid Things, their autobiography, 3 or 4 times now, and then also I just decorate the shelf with the photos I have of when I met them, along with some confetti from the last tour. So yeah, all of this is completely and utterly read. So this is basically the only shelf, apart from the Derek Landy and V. Schwab shelves, where I have read everything on it. Then if we look at my Shauna Maguire section, I have read all of these and all of these, and I've also read Overgrowth, so actually this is another one where everything on it is fully read. Then between this shelf here and this shelf here, I have all of Tom's picture books. I've got the Christmasaurus ones, I've also got, there's the Something in Your Book series, as well as the Dinosaur That Pooped series as well, all across these ones, and then the rest of that. And then also these are various different tour books and stuff from different shows I've seen, and then also all of the magazines that have got like different Marvel features and stuff in here that I really wanted to keep because they've got Marvel features in. They're not actually books, but I've also read all of those. Then when we look at the horror shelves, there's a lot more in here I haven't read as well. So I haven't read Hungerstone, I haven't read Godkiller, I haven't read 3 of the Lockwood & Co books. I also have not read the Book of Living Secrets. I forgot the name of it, but I haven't read that one either. I have not read This Delicious Death, Let's Split Up, Hollow, or I Am the Dark That Answers When You Call. So that is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this here is actually a fake knife that I had in a birthday cake. It looked like it had stabbed the cake, sort of like a slasher, because I was very much in my slasher era at the time, and so I kept the fake knife and put it on my horror shelf. And my horror shelves actually extend down here, and there are 3 unread books on this shelf. There is Cemetery Boys, The Lost Girls, and then also Of Beasts and Beauty. So there's another 3 on here as well. And then all of these shelves here are my Doctor Who shelves, and there's a fair amount in here I haven't read either. So I have not read Wet World, Martha in the Mirror, Ghosts of India, Snow Globe 7, The Eyeless or The Prisoner of the Daleks. I also have not read any of these here. I have not read either The Story of Martha, and then down here I have not read these 3 Torchwood books or these books here. So that is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. On this shelf here, I haven't read The Blood Print. I also haven't read Fear the Flames or The Blood Trials, Red Seas Under Red Skies, The Republic of Thieves, or The Obsidian Tower, or An Unkindness of Magicians. So that is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On this shelf, I haven't read Seraphina, Nocturna, The Deepest Blue, as well as Tempest and Slaughter, Incendiary, or This Golden Flame. So I haven't read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On this one, the only one I haven't read is The Rest of Us Just Live Here. On this shelf, I haven't read Some Desperate Glory, Light Years Ahead, Stolen City, Cell 7, I've just knocked off Groot, never mind, City of All Seasons, Bluebird or Ready Player One, so that is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Over here, I haven't read Murder on a School Night, either The Clockwork Crow, The Reluctant Vampire Queen, What Shadows, What She Found in the Woods, The Twist Rose Key, How to Kill Your Family, How to Stop Time, The Bridesmaid Survival Guide. I apologise, Hannah, that is very high on my priority list. Hooked, and also actually Mock the Week. I haven't read that one either. So that is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 9, sorry. I have read the other side. It's 9. Down here, I haven't read The Ashfire King, The Name of the Wind, The Girl King, Queen of the Conquered, or No Gods, No Monsters. So that is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here, I haven't read, please focus, there we go, A Sorceress Comes to Call, The Memory Thieves, Raven Man and the Company of Monsters, Omega Morales, Mia and the Lightcasters, Midnight for Charlie Bone, and all of those I haven't read. The others I have, so that is another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then over here, I have not read Catabasis, I have not read the Poppy War trilogy or Kindling, so that's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my final shelf is my Holly Black shelf, and the only ones I haven't read is Tithe, Ironside, and The Coldest Girl in Coldtown, which is another 3. And with that, the count is complete. These are the numbers here. You probably can't see that at all, which is probably a good thing because my handwriting is awful. But the grand total is 178 books, which is nowhere near as bad as I thought it was, to be honest. To be perfectly honest, I genuinely thought there was a lot more books on this TBR that I hadn't read yet. I genuinely thought I was more around the 250 mark. So the fact that it's only 178 feels like a really nice number, because it doesn't mean I'm getting anywhere near TBR 0, which is not something I genuinely want to do, to be perfectly honest with you. I understand that some people like TBR 0, but for me personally, I really like having a lot of options for things to read and still having a lot of things that I can still read that I haven't read before, but it also doesn't feel like an insurmountable mountain that I'm never going to be getting through. It feels like a really nice sort of sweet spot that means I've got a lot of options that I still can read, while also not being completely and utterly unable to be read through. So it feels like a really nice number. It feels like a really nice sort of sweet spot between those 2 points. And to be honest, I'm quite happy that it's only 178. And in terms of what this means in terms of my book buying and my reading goals and everything else, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to change much because I don't really buy that many books, to be perfectly honest with you. I have my Waypoint Books Full Moon subscription box, which brings in 2 books a month, and then maybe I'll bring in maybe 1 or 2 extra apart from that. On some months I will bring in more just when it's like Christmas or birthday, or there's a sale on or something, but generally I don't really bring that many books in anymore, so it feels like I'm going to be sort of keeping around that 170 to 200 mark, which feels quite nice. It means I'm still keeping on top of my TBR. I'm reading the new books that I get in, while also still having time to read some of the older books as well. I'm not buying more than I can read. I'm not running out of like books to read either. And like I said, it feels like that sweet spot. So at the moment, I don't think I'm really going to change anything in terms of my book buying or my reading habits, because it feels nice for me at this point. It feels like a sweet spot. I keep on saying it, but it genuinely feels like I'm in that sweet spot at the moment. And I think that's where I'm going to leave this video, because to be perfectly honest with you, I'm quite happy with how things are going. I've got a lot of things to read, but it doesn't feel insurmountable. I am not bringing in more books than I actually read at the moment, and I still have a fair amount of shelf space because I am unhauling books on a fairly regular basis as well, so it feels quite nice at the moment. It feels manageable and I'm pretty happy with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me how many unread books you've got on your shelves. I would love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a book stack emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, my blog and YouTube channel dedicated to Marvel Comics if you want to know a little bit more about that. Or if books are more your thing, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!